Hi everyone, it's Stephanie Apple. For today, I am going to be making a greeting card out of some just scrap deli papers. So this is my drawer full of deli papers. I use them for a variety of things, and I set my brayer down when I'm doing gel printing or if I'm picking up some extra paint from the stamps. And then I have this outline cut out from a die cut from it's a honey cut from Honeybee Stamps. And so that's a great viewfinder to help me figure out my composition. So I'm just kind of going through and I easily find a piece of scrap deli paper that you can tell I had used to clean off my brayer, probably with 4 or 5 different colors, and maybe even picked up the background of a stencil with it too. And so it has some really nice bright colors on it. And so I'm just kind of holding it up and seeing what I like. Do I want to use this piece of paper? And I think I will. So that was easy enough. And, just kind of taking a look through. I usually don't let this drawer get overly full. If it starts to get too full, I do things like this to use up the papers, or we'll put them in an art journal as well. So that would look cool maybe for a future card, but I just had one plain cardstock A2 card on my desk and I wanted to use it. So that's what we're doing today. So then my next step is to pick from the page what I want to cut. And so I'm just moving that frame around to decide. And then I'll pull out my cutting board and just trim it down to size. An A2 card is 5.5 by 4.25. So I know that I'm going to make this just under. So I'll usually cut 5.25 by 4. Especially if I have a mat going over it. The mat's gonna make the edges look nice and finished because it's gonna hide some of those lighter edges that would lift up on a deli paper. Deli paper is in fact the type of paper that your sandwich would be wrapped in at a deli. So it's kind of a thin, waxy paper. It's nice because all different types of things can go down on it without making a big mess. But it is thinner, and so even when you put adhesive on it, it'll pull up around the edges. And so if that's not the look you're going for, then this mat is nice because it can help hide those edges. So now that I've decided on my composition, the next thing for me to do, aside from watching the chipmunks run around outside my window, would be to tape down the deli paper. And I'm using my Tombow Xtreme. It's my favorite adhesive by far. And I'm putting it straight onto the blank cardstock. This is a top fold A2, and which just means that it folds on the short side, the 4.25 size. Yep, I love that tape. And so now I'll put the deli paper on top of the card. There's a little edge that isn't quite clean, so just making sure to clean that up before I stick it down so that it won't hang out over the side. And now I'll smooth it out. You want to be careful with this part so that you don't get unnecessary wrinkles. And then just putting that frame on top gives it a nice polished, finished look. So the next step is going to be to use double-sided tape, and this is a roll, really large roll that I get from Amazon, and I can put a link to it in the notes. So I'm almost finished with a roll, and so I grabbed the new one that I recently ordered for another project just in case I run out. So I just kind of eyeball it and measure out what I think I need, and then I trim it before I lay it all the way down. I don't use a ruler or anything like that. That's no fun. This is an easier way to go about it. And so I'll just make sure that I put it down on all 4 sides of the frame so that it lifts evenly across the entire card. So this is an easy way to add some additional dimension to the greeting card. I could lay the frame down flat right against the deli paper, and that would be fine too, but I like giving a little extra lift to the card so that it's not all one dimension. And so I'll do this 2-sided tape, double-sided tape on the frame, and then I'm gonna pick out some sort of a design as well to put in the middle of the greeting card. I really haven't even decided who I'm sending it to or why I'm making a greeting card. I just had this blank A2 card on top of my art desk, and I figured why not? Time to make a quick card and just show you how easy it is to pull out some of your scraps and turn them into something beautiful that you can send to someone in the mail. All right, so now that I've done that, I'm just laying it down, making sure I like it. And then I do, by the way, yay. Then the next thing that I'll do is pick out what kind of design do I want. So I have a scrap drawer, a different scrap drawer that has different things that maybe I've stamped or already cut out with my die cut. This is a cute little penguin that I have with glasses, and I checked out a couple of different things in that drawer, but that really, I thought looked nice. I thought the black and white looked really good against the very, very colorful background, and I felt like it just kind of had a good mood. So this is the fun part, taking the tape off of the double-sided tape so that I can make my card. And so I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll flip it over and push it down on top of the front of the greeting card. And then the next thing I'll do is the same for the penguin, which will be nice on top of the greeting card. And there you have it. In less than 20 minutes, I've put together a beautiful greeting card that I can send in the mail, and it has some good dimension, and I used a beautiful piece of scrap. So I hope you liked it. If so, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and come check me out on my blog at Apple+Made.com. Thank you so much.